Welcome to the show, everybody, by the way. Nick is talking about choking on a hot dog, and at that moment, he was like...
He literally, from the story he told me, which I'll just tell it for you, was when we were living in Texas still, he was like eating a hot dog, whatever, and he like took the biggest bite, and I think he thought that it wasn't as much as he thought, and he just swallowed this huge chunk of this hot dog, and he wasn't telling anybody until there came a point where he was like, oh, I'm like actually choking. So like what my buddy Justin, who does like all of the sound and stuff for my cartoons and like videos and stuff, he was like, are you choking? And I think he was like, and he had to like get up and like give him like
the Heimlich?
Heimlich maneuver. And he's like, yeah, he's more embarrassed of just like the idea of like, I'm choking a hot dog, which I mean, I get it, you know?
Well, in my mind, I was just like, I think I'm just going to die here. Because I was ready to give up. It was like 2 minutes before I even told anybody.
That's insane.
Nick, have you considered being a magician? Like that type of skill,
2 minutes is a long time.
I know, like that's like David Blaine level pressure, and he's not folding
Are you ever in a pool and you try holding your breath you're like, I'm going to try to hold it for like a minute?
Yeah, no shot.
Or something? No, my fucking lungs just, at like 20 seconds, I'm like, I start getting into panic mode. There's no way.
All right, Nick, well...
Good luck, dude.
I'm going to message you.
Okay. I'll do it.
He won't respond. I'm going to pay him not to respond.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, then I'm going to have a huge fake funeral for him.
And I'll show up crying. This is such a stupid joke. But when you said my guy that does all the sounds for my cartoons was like, are you choking? And Nick's like,
he has like a mic up to it.
Yeah. Just pulls out a sound pack.
That would be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
That would be some actual like behind the scenes stuff you'd want to hear about. Where he's just sitting there and he's just like, so actually the choking sound is actually from a guy who was choking on a Costco hot dog, which is pretty cool.
Bingo. My name is Stretch.
This is the last time you mess with Stretch.
And Fade.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here back in KC, you know, back in the secondary Golden Studio.
I got to watch Noel's set last night.
He did. I was, and you know, let's let the record show. I was right on time for this recording, just like the last time. With
Gave
a
me the
little bit
most
of Andy's custard to join me.
Like backwards racist cultural appropriation sense of fucking like, I don't know, some weird time explanation.
Yeah. I was explaining to Hunter CP time, color people time. If you are a victim of CP time, please sound off in the comments. If you are a participant or a genetically trapped person in CP time, let me know. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's. I told you this.
It's
too.
rude.
It's
it's rude. We can start there.
Let's just say it is rude.
Yeah, we
can just put that right out in front. It's just, to me, is that you own this gigantic company, and you cannot just show up on time, or you show up on time for anything else. Like, and what's weird is that you show up on time for your sets.
Yeah.
Right, but you can't show up on time for this.
Yeah.
And you're even here. Like, you don't know anybody else here.
But
and you're just like, you just wake up and you're like, I have nothing else to do. I might as well.
But I'm late at home, too.
Yeah, but that's the convenience of your home. Like, you're in your bed and you're like, whatever. All the people that you scold and fucking yell at your job.
Yeah, all that.
Like, those motherfuckers can wait. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get that. Whatever. But I just mean, if you're in a place where you don't even know. Like, when I'm in LA, I know some people, but, like, I'm always like, I'm like in a hotel room or something.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm just going to get up and like go out and do some shit.
That's my problem. My hotel room is awesome.
Here?
Yeah.
What hotel is it?
Where are we at, Alex? Spring Hill Suites, man.
Pretty good?
It's great.
That's surprising. And it's by the airport?
And the heater bangs. It's
every time I've ever stayed in any kind of like Kansas City hotel, it's always like, it feels like any stereotypical movie hotel where it's just like the crispy ass blankets tucked in far too tight, which, you know, is its own sin. But I'm surprised it's actually that good.
No, you would think that being in KC, but the hotel is actually pretty great. And so I'm waking up cozy as hell.
Okay.
Every morning. So when I got up this morning, you know, I'm on CP time. I'm waking up in my soft bed in Kansas City. I'm like, I'll get there.
Yeah.
So, you know, then I took a 1 hour detour for coffee and
you did. You did. Well, and the thing, and I get the Andy's bit. It's good for you. That's funny. But when I sat there, and
I hate this because I was so proud of myself with this joke.
I should have.
But I actually tipped the scale so hard that Hunter was like, "Fuck you!" Like it was like he didn't even laugh.
Well, he was like, "Sorry, man." Well, I'll say every time I ever talk to you, you never motherfuckers restless. You're never just like, "Oh man, got a great hours." You're like, "Man, I slept like shit last night." Like, fuck, I'm tired. A slow moving morning. I'm like, well, when have you had a fast moving morning? When the fuck is that gonna happen?
Never, like never.
And you're like, well, all right, well, I'm gonna get some coffee.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we'll get your coffee. And then 2 hours go by. And Nick was like, well, should we start setting up the camera? I'm like, don't even move the camera yet. I said, it's going to be a long time before that little fucking smooth-skinned son of a bitch starts even remotely coming near us. I'm like, it's going to take some time. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I can't do it. I can't just sit and just take my time and shit. Especially you got two people with you who are hanging out who are also like, oh, yeah, sure. And then you bark at this poor gentleman back here, and you're like, hey, go get my iced latte from the car.
My lovely tour manager, Tom. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. No,
I've been dragging him 30 minutes late to everything since the day we started working together.
Yeah, Alex doesn't even work for the show, and you're just like, hey, man up.
Yeah.
Get behind the board.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you step in this place, you immediately think it's yours.
I mean,
you're a pit bull in a new house.
I am.
At a guest's home.
At all times.
Yeah. I'm gonna just expect you. There's a bathroom in here, but I'm gonna expect you just like piss all over the walls and stuff.
Yeah. Have you seen that guy on Twitter like posting all his like trick pisses?
No,
dude,
what?
They're so good. He'll post photos like standing like in a public restroom on like the handicap railing above the fucking toilet. He's like had to do this one from high, or like then like he had one the other day where he was pissing over a trash can in a public bathroom. He's like, the step back made him fall like fucking basketball.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah.
God.
Let me see if I can pull it up. You see how I got him trained?
I mean, he's right on it, dude. My guy never does that. Nick who just left from trying to buy his new car today. His eyes are just glazed over.
Do you think we should make Nick a voice on this show at times? I feel he's added so much. Like stepping through.
He's literally one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life. But just because it's like he does everything opposite of how a human should operate. Yeah. So he always
That's why I think he needs to be a voice on the show periodically. Okay, I got his account. Road Soda 69420.
Road Soda 69420.
Look at our mans. Step back,
that's a
fall.
Healthy piss, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's some serious distance. Holy shit.
You think you could piss that good?
No, hell no. I used to probably at a time. I remember one of my roommates used to complain. They said I was a loud pisser.
I've never had a stream like that.
You never had one just go that long, that hard?
Yeah, I've always felt like maybe I got cancer or something. I got like back pressure. I always feel like I got more piss than I can release.
Like your body just refuses to actually piss out all the.
Yeah,
that's interesting. It's not like a kidney stone. Is that like a kidney stone sign?
Maybe I got one.
Have you ever had a kidney stone before?
No, I've heard they just make you like vomit and then it's super painful.
I've never had one, but people tell me that it's like the worst pain they've ever had in their life.
Actually, my dad had a couple recently. He called me in the middle of the night. And he's like, "This is the scariest call ever." It's like 1 a.m. going, hey man, like freaking out. And I'm like, dude, are you good? And I was like call an ambulance. He's like, oh yeah. And then, so he calls the ambulance. They get him over to the hospital. And then I guess one thing leads to another. Like, I think he got a kidney stone. And he passed out a few chunks. But he said it was the worst ever. But he said it was crazy because like once it was out, it was just like.
They say it's like immediately you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I had a buddy because they say that you have to wait and hopefully you just pass them. But my buddy was like, it was lodged and they had to do surgery or something, or like do something. I'm not gonna pretend I know what it is, but they had to like go in and get it out for him.
That's man. If you got a kidney stone and you're listening to this right now, tell us your story. You know what? This is random, but We should really follow up on your idea of trying to interview like a former sex line worker.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I feel like they got to be out there. Just some old 60-year-old lady like, yeah, I used to do it.
I'd be like, can you turn it on or can you turn it off? And she's like, I still got it. And just start getting into it.
Shit. No,
All right, what you wearing, baby?
Bro, we talk to them and then we ask them if they still got it. And then we set up a live line and we tell people, hey.
It's all on us, too?
Yeah.
We pay for it all?
Yeah. We got Dorsey here and she's going to be taking.
Dude, her name's not going to be fucking Dorsey.
What do you think?
It'd be like, just like, like something probably basic. Rose. You know,
Okay.
Jasmine.
What era is Dorsey, you think?
Dorsey? I don't know, 1935 from some fucking depression shit when that was like still.
I don't know, bro.
Isn't that the
16.
name? Oh, that's Dorothy. Dorsey. I mean, I don't think I've ever even heard of Dorsey before in my life.
Dude, I'm 16, man.
A girl named Dorsey? That's like the name of a donkey. This is my donkey, Dorsey. She's a good woman.
Bro, I'm 16. All y'all are old to me.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, The Perfect Gene. The Perfect Gene team gave us this whole script to read, and I'm literally reading it word for word right now, including this sentence. That said, I tried the jeans and they were fucking awesome, but this is all a script to me. You'll never know.
Well, today's sponsor, The Perfect Gene, finally solves all of your denim difficulties. They make great-looking, perfect-fitting jeans that are just as comfortable as sweatpants. I tried them, and I promise they are what they're paying me to say they are. The secret, a special denim fabric that's super soft and has the perfect amount of stretch so you can squat, do yoga, or just sit around all day in them without ever wanting to take them off. They make 6 fits, have a waist from 26 to 50, and lengths from 26 to 38. Big boys, short kings, tall dudes, and all the rest, they got you.
For a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectgene.nyc or Google The Perfect Gene and use code FADE15 for 15% off. I tried on the Perfect Jeans in a dream one time, and they were so comfy. And my grandfather visited me, and he said, in my dream, and he said, I know I'm dead and you're dreaming, but these Perfect Jeans are so good.
So good.
They're like sweatpants.
Yeah.
Don't you want to feel like you're wearing sweatpants, but they're jeans? And I said, that sounds so great. I said, these are perfect fitting in my dreams. I hope this translates to real life. I've never worn them, but I bet they're good.
And then Hunter woke up and realized he wasn't dreaming.
I was wearing them. Someone put them on me while I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And I said, who the hell did this? I went and I found my wife and I said, if you ever think that you can do that again to me, we're fucking getting divorced. And I remember I had the papers in a manila folder and I said, look at it. She looked at the fine print and it was real.
The Perfect Gene doesn't stop there, though. They've revolutionized T-shirts as well. The Perfect Tee has just enough stretch to hide that beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest for that flawless look. It's soft as butter without shrinking in the wash like all your other tees. It's just perfect. The Perfect Gene always has free shipping, exchanges, and returns. You can have peace of mind knowing that your order is completely risk-free.
It's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectgene.nyc. For our listeners, get 15% off your first order plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use code FADE15 at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectgene.nyc with promo code FADE15. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them where we sent you. Fuck your khakis and get the Perfect Gene. I'm trying to think of like what would actually be like Dorsey would be an unappealing. Like if I was going to call a sex number, I don't think that. And she's like, "Hi, it's Dorsey." I'd be like, "Nah," and I'd try calling a different one.
That would be so.
Even just some like basic names. What's a basic name that you would be like? I'm trying to think like
That I'd hang up on
Yeah.
the sex line?
Hi, this is Samantha. I'd be like
I think click. Yeah, try me on a couple.
Taylor.
Hard hang up.
Hard hang up on Taylor.
Yeah, I grew up with one of my best friends growing
What
up
about
was Taylor.
What
yeah.
about Bridget?
Yeah, nah.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah, I'm out.
I feel bad. That's my wife's mom's name.
I mean, I think that's reason to hang up.
Well, yeah, well, that's definitely that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that's true.
You got tatted. Let's talk about it.
I did get tattooed. My arm is swollen as hell. I got my ditch, which if tattoo people, it's in between your forearm and your bicep. I got the KC Wolf with 58 Roman numerals. I'm very happy, man. I hope we win again. We're the first team ever to go 3 in a row.
3 in a row, bro.
I'm loving this Kansas City Dynasty thing, man. I don't give a shit what people say. People are like, it's rigged. I'm like, good, dude. Keep writing. I like this story.
Isn't there a team like every year since history in sports where it feels like it's rigged?
They've said that about anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. People like to complain. It doesn't fucking matter. I still watch. Everybody still watches.
Yeah.
You know, what are you supposed to do?
Season, it's good drama. Who gives a fuck?
I think so.
Yeah.
Man, I was thinking about. Now you got me thinking because you can I divulge that you said that you're thinking about purchasing property here?
Yeah. Yeah. You can.
Because I haven't. Because that got me thinking. I'm like, when's the next time I'm going out to L.A. to just like be in your neck of the woods? And I can't think of it, and it makes me it brings a smile ear to ear.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think you willingly go there.
No. Some of the best food in the world is there. I love a lot of people there, but I just cannot stand it. It's just it's not my speed.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, it also feels like LA has just gotten more, I don't know, just somehow I feel like there's more people there. I don't know how, but it just does.
There are certain spots where I remember I used to really like it, but then you know what's weird is I've grown. I just had my 40th birthday.
Yeah.
And I'm out of that phase now where I want to do the hip trendy things.
Yeah.
You know when people are like, I'm an Eagle. Is it Eagle Rock?
Eagle Rock.
Eagle Rock, and there's a new sandwich shop place. It's like really good. We're gonna go, and it's just everyone there is just young and beautiful. I'm like, this is fucking gross, dude. That's one thing I love about like Midwest or like just like even going to a fucking McDonald's. Just like real people are in there.
Yeah.
Some guy with Snoopy.
Yeah.
Fucking sweatpants walking up.
Yeah.
I'll have 4 Big Macs.
Yeah.
There's something real. I'm like, what's his story?
Yeah. Well, dude, we were playing pool with 2 randos last night. That was pretty great. Yeah.
Little pool sharks.
Yeah, they did shark us a little bit.
They're like, oh, I've never even picked this up before.
No, it was like some we got small towned.
Okay.
You know. So we walk up and we're trying to get a table, and we, you know, my tour manager, I was like, go speak to them. Mm-hmm. And he was like, all right, I will. Because, you know, I don't talk to them.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah. And I said, I want that table. So, Tom goes up, and he's like, can we get next? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. All nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead. Tom puts down a roll of quarters. We wait for them to finish the game. And Tom politely is like, us? And the guy's like, yeah, go ahead. We put the quarters in. Balls come out. Rack them all. Pull the triangle off. Me and Tom set up for a good game. I say, Tom, go ahead and break. Tom's about to break. Then the nice guy goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. He won the last game. It's his break. We're like, what? And it's like, it's 2s, man. We're like, oh, you just... Yeah. So then they proceeded to try and shark us, and we almost won. We went for 3 games. Won, lost in the last one. But we got small town. We paid for all 3. They got that $3 out of us.
That is fucked up.
Yeah. They got that $3.
Yeah, all that silver, dude. Gone.
Clean and clear, yeah, dude. Mm-hmm. But, you know, back to your point, they were just regular people. And it was interesting talking to them.
Yeah, I haven't even been to that place that you said that you were going to. I was thinking, are you going back again tonight?
No, we got an early flight, but motherfucker, I would go back there.
Yeah, I was going to say, what time are you flying out?
Tom, what was it, 6 in the morning?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Private jet?
Yeah. Of course.
Private jet landing right on your street.
Yeah, right in front of my house.
That'd be so awesome.
Right in front of my house.
Yeah. That'd be so fucking cool if that was actually the case. Private jets. Have you ever been on a private jet before?
I've been on 2.
I feel like that would scare me.
Yeah.
I heard they're light and the turbulence is way worse.
No, they're terrifying, bro. I do not recommend. If you want to enjoy a plane, go on... Dude, I would take a Spirit flight over a private jet any day.
Really?
Any day. Fucking mark my words. Private planes are scary as fuck.
Do private planes still do this the thing like, all right, we're getting ready to approach? Like the pilots, when do they go over the intercom? Or do they just like open the fucking door and they're just like, hey, we're getting ready to land? And they shut the door?
Yeah. No, they don't even tell you. Like,
oh, okay, so it's just way more, it's just way different. Okay.
Yeah. Well, one of the flights I took, they crammed a bunch of us into the plane, and because whoever was planning the trip back like overestimated or underestimated, and so there's this whole thing about the luggage and the weight. So then I end up sitting in the very back of the plane on what is supposed to be the bathroom. There's like a seat that folded over it.
Okay.
And I'm sitting on the toilet. And then there's someone opposite me. And the flight was quick because we were going from LA to Vegas, but we were hitting some pockets, and I'm just looking down the galley of the plane. I'm like, one good gust, and this thing's going, and yeah, after that, I was like, never again.
That's like, there's really nothing more horrifying on the internet. Well, I'm not going to go that far, but anytime I see like, anytime I see like plane videos of like people and it's like everybody just like sitting like, that's like the funniest thing is it's like you can tell all hell is breaking loose. Like you can hear like the actual tsunami happening outside the fucking plane, and it's like everyone is just absolutely still, like just like sitting in their seats and stuff, and amongst the chaos and like the big bumps, like you hear everybody's screaming, but there's no one actually visibly moving.
Yeah,
that shit fucks me up.
It's just the heads.
Exactly. Exactly. Bump to bump. Some guy's like checking the time on his phone. And I can tell that they're checking the time too, because they're just, you can tell they're really nervous, but they're just like, this doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. Well, bro, that's like the time when like the tour last year, we were flying back from Australia. We had some crazy turbulence. One of the overhead bins, the latch was broken, so it was just flying up and down. It was making shit real dramatic. Yeah. And the pilot was like, "Flight attendants, take your jump seats," and that always just sounds scary. Because first of all, jump seats.
What an unnecessary name.
I know, it sounds like they get a chance to leave first, and that's just unsettling. And then, Alina's like welling up in the eyes, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I grab her hand. I'm like, dude, we're chill. And I made the mistake of looking out the window, and the fucking wing just like, it just like dips so hard. I'm looking only at water. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then I think that's why everyone looks forward. So they're just like, nah.
Well, that's usually why I almost never have the fucking window open.
Yeah.
Whenever I almost never have the window open whenever I'm flying. Because you see, so like even just looking at the regular wing, even if it's fine, it's just kind of shaky.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you can start thinking.
Immediately in my brain, I'm like, this fucking thing is gonna get like, loosened up and fly off this fucking. Are you kidding me? So I almost never. Yeah, I almost never do that. I will say there was one time too. Me and Allison were flying. We had to fly from. It was when we were going to Alaska. We had to fly from Portland. We were living in Portland, Oregon at the time. We had to fly to Seattle, and then Seattle was to Alaska. And even just like the Portland to Seattle flight was like 20 minutes.
So you took a
but coming, it probably was.
Yeah.
Because when we were landing in, the plane was like, because of the wind, it was like going sideways.
At an angle.
Whatever. And Allison was like looking at me like, and you could tell there was like the fear of death in her eyes. And I remember I was like, oh man, I'm like, oh, it's kind of wavy, huh? Like trying to like, oh, it's a little wavy. I'm getting a little queasy. Are you doing good? And she was like refused to talk. And I looked over to the guy next to me, and there's like this big like curly-headed guy, and he was like also like, you could tell he was like holding onto his seat really tight. He like looked over at me, and he was just like. And I could tell him, like, in that moment, I'm like, if we die, me and him at least had some kind of, like, spiritual connection in some kind of way. We, like, both just looking into each other's eyes, and we're like, we might fucking die right now. We could very well cease to be in a few moments. Especially flying into Seattle, of all places. Fuck.
That's how you solve racism right there.
Yeah.
Put all the racists with the races they hate in little planes and just send them 30 minutes at a time and see if they don't just stand up. At the end,
everyone's hugging and shit.
Fucking
yeah.
Damn, bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Just like letting it all out their chest.
It's okay. It's just I got robbed and I was 12 and I just kind of carried that burden. It's all right, man. It's all right.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank of today's sponsor, Manscaped.
This year, don't just chase rainbows, make your own pot of gold and groom your little leprechaun with the leaders in below the kilt care. Say goodbye to your clover forest with Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 and let your confidence shine bright. Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Head over to manscaped.com and use code STRETCH for 20% off plus free shipping.
I used to shave my beard and my balls, and I would not be laughing and having a good time. But when I used Manscaped, I started laughing and having a good time shaving my balls and my beard.
Yeah.
Meet your new lucky charm for St. Patrick's Day, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
Woo!
This trimmer comes with 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads. one for classic trim, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires.
Waterproof and equipped with dual LED spotlights, navigate your shamrock patch in peace. Its compact case makes it an ideal companion ready for any adventure or last-minute plans. Complete your look with Manscaped's signature Beard Hedger Pro Kit, Handyman Electric Face Shaver as well. Great for everything from sculpting your beard to cleaning up your neckline.
Get 20% off and free shipping with code STRETCH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code STRETCH at manscaped.com. This St. Patrick's Day, make sure your little hairy leprechaun is luckier than ever with Manscaped.
Anyways, dude, what the hell is this? AI Will Smith eating spaghetti? This is old.
Yeah.
This is old.
That shit was so fucking cringe.
Is this the new one? Is it an updated one?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's,
Oh, yeah, it's the new
I
one.
guess it's the new one.
Yeah.
Watch him do that stupid fucking video of him eating it was so cringy.
Yeah. That's kind of a crazy frame.
Oh, we're all dead.
Yeah.
Like looking at all of this AI stuff, I'm like, there's no hope for any of it. Like, we're all gonna die. I think people also, it's such a non-issue right now to people who aren't in the creative field, and they're just like, who gives a fuck? Fuck off. Oh, sorry, you draw for a living, whatever. I'm like, it's just, this is just like the beginning.
Yeah.
Everybody is fucked.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because obviously that's a big tenet of my current creative project. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, no one cares right now.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit.
Because it's just, no one can contextualize what this will be. Like,
Yeah.
they're not thinking what this could mean.
They need to do something to like regulate it somehow. I don't know what it is, but it seems like such a cool tool to help like with stuff. Like almost like you could use it as like Photoshop or something, but it's just like it's the weird thing. There's like so many like weird moral choices with it, but then also it's like I don't know. It's learning too fast, and it's just gonna make people I don't know.
Well, it's that whole thing that happens with technology where it starts academic, and that's when it's pure. Mm-hmm. And then in the last, 10, 15 years, all AI work is now privatized. Mm-hmm. But before, all AI work was almost exclusively academic. So there was no interest in it.
I don't know, man. All I know is it's weird though. It's a hard topic because people are like, "Fuck it, I don't want anything to do with it." But it's like an unstoppable comet heading towards Earth.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like find a way, or I'm trying to like wait for the discussion to switch. Like, we better embrace. We got to embrace this in our own way and make like basically like make your shit your own way still while utilizing this thing, or else like people are just gonna get left to the wayside. So I don't know. It's scary. I don't know.
We don't have to fear about it today, but we can do that next week.
I'm always fearing about it. Every time I turn on my fucking computer, I'm like, fuck you.
Maybe that's the way, dude. We build stinky artist communities where no AI is allowed. And
I think I'm always a proponent that when these things take over and stuff, or even like, I feel like with the big explosions of like Marvel movies being the biggest thing, I think that's also why A24 is successful, because people are wanting these like niche, weird movies. So I think that there'll be a push for like more human touch to things, and you might see maybe like more traditional art becomes more popular.
Yeah.
Or just something weird. I don't know. I'm not like fucking Nostradamus or something. I don't.
No, you
know the
are.
future.
You are.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, you're predicting the future.
All right, I'm predicting the future right now.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yep.
That's the facts.
You're-
lies. Facts.
You're a philosopher king. You're
Philosopher king.
yeah, whatever it is, whatever else they say.
Can I tell you a gripe I've been having lately?
Yeah.
Is people, mostly women, and this doesn't help my case for Hunter hates women on the show. That's been a big meme, and what's fucked up is I'm like almost starting to believe it myself. That's not true, but the is women on TikTok doing silent book reviews.
What the hell's a silent book review?
You haven't seen a silent book review on TikTok?
No.
It's like girls, like they show you which books they read, but they don't say like why they liked it. They just like flip through it and they're like doing emotions. Like it's like them being like whatever. And I'm always in there. Yeah, there you go. And they do this every time. Do this, and it's like, oh, she likes this one. See? Oh, or maybe not. Oh, okay, decent. And then this one is, oh.
Right.
This isn't one of the better ones. I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Let's
Usually
find another one.
people like freak out. They're like flipping through the pages and stuff. And my name is Haley. Okay. I don't know, but the whole thing is like, I'm watching through it, and you know what's fucked up is I'm catching myself watching the whole thing. It's like weird. It's like I don't know what part of my brain. I'm like the entire time I'm like, why am I watching this? And it's them sitting there, and they're like flipping through the pages. Well, it started off because I started getting to this weird thing where I got on like the book side of TikTok for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first off, I just want to say that I cannot even remember the last time I read a full book. Okay? I remember in school they were like, "Hey, we're reading this book," and I didn't even read those books. I would lie and be like, "Yeah, I read it." And didn't read it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't count like comics or anything like that. Like an actual full book. And I'm always like, who the fuck has time or the energy to just sit down and read? Like, it's like these TikTok book things. I'm kind of all over the place. Are people being like, this is what I read for the month of August.
Yeah.
And it's 8 fucking books.
Well,
I'm like, do you not realize we have a TV, dude? We have things there's visuals. Like, you don't have to like put the pieces together in your head.
bro, in elementary school, she was also my neighbor.
Look at that.
Bro, wait, check this
Oh
out.
my God.
This girl, she was my neighbor, and she sat next to me in elementary school. Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart. Her like reading comprehension was fucked up. Do you remember?
Bad?
No, like like superhuman.
She's showing off all the Dr. Seuss books she's
Dog,
reading.
it felt that way. Like she would just talk about, she just speak normally about whatever. So in this example, Sorcerer's Stone came out by Harry Potter. How heavy was that book? It was pretty fat.
Pretty thick book.
Yeah, and she was like a massive Harry Potter fan. She brings the book to school because we had like a reading hour, and she would just like finish her schoolwork and then like open the book, and she was using it like to pass time in class. I watched her chew through maybe almost, I don't know, half that fucking book. Like,
damn.
And she was sentient about all of it. She's like, oh my God, wow. And just, this is how it sounded. This is how her reading the book sounded like. I never felt dumber in my life.
Getting
bro.
blisters on her fucking hand
Yeah.
from the paper,
burning holes in
the
the pages.
paper drying her fucking fingertips off. No, I think that's where I come into, is that I wish that I had the attention span to sit down and be like, I'm gonna enjoy this book.
Yeah.
You know, because there's some of these TikToks that are like, in my opinion, just kind of cringy. Of like, they're sitting there and the girl's like reading the book, she's like, and they're like reading it, and they're like flipping the page. I'm like, is this an honest? And I try to ask a couple people. I'm like, you read books, right? Yeah, I read books. And I'd be like, have you ever like been
Was that Nick?
gasping? Yeah, no.
That was Nick.
Nick reads like weird Russian dystopian, like if it's like nuclear fallout, he like, oh yeah, I like that book.
We got to interview Nick, man.
The weirdest guy I've ever met in my life. But it's just, I'm like, I wish I could be that enthralled. And I think that's the thing, is I'm just too dumb to
that's
really
fair.
be able to
That's
get
crazy
into it.
because you're an animator, so I feel like your imagination's there.
So fuck, dude. Animators are stupid as fuck too.
That's fine, but I
You
feel
know,
like
all artists are really fucking dumb in their own way. But like, look at this. Also, I'm just like, who has the time? Like, who? Because the thing is, like, you might be like, oh, I watch a lot of TV. How sentient are you actually when you're watching television? Like, how much are you? Also, can we take a break or pause this real quick? And the covers of these books are, I don't know who the fuck passes these of like, all right, it's ugly love and there's going to be some bubbles in water, send it. Also, your name is going to be 30% of the cover.
I want to know the science behind book cover marketing.
Yeah, see, she likes that one. Do that. There you go.
She's giving the.
There you go. And I love the comments too, because people, these fucking people read these books like crazy, dude. People are like, oh, I love that book. You're so right. That one was bad. A lot of like weird fantasy shit, like Court of Rose,
Yeah.
The Serpent's Tongue, White Maned Dove, so just some weird shit. And girls like, oh my God, I wish I could go back and read that one again for the first time.
The only thing that comes to my mind right now is Netflix and all like scripted media has gotten so bad that people are like fuck it, I'm gonna try books.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a way, people just being like I need to actually consume something that's worth my time, whatever. Yeah, I mean that's true too. I'm just fucking gouging down like Deadliest Catch and like reality television.
I'm watching Cow's probably a show too.
Deadliest Cow. I'm watching like what is it? Down for Love and Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah. Oh, I started that.
Which one?
The new season, because you were saying it was good.
Oh, Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
I didn't feel as I got what you're saying, like you're feeling like are we supposed to laugh with or at, but I think from the first episode I got that feeling of like appreciation pretty immediately.
I don't think that I was saying that should we the audience be laughing at that.
No.
I'm saying that it's the thing of the people creating it
Yes,
who are
yeah.
using this as a thing of like, oh, and it's probably coming from a place where like the creator might have somebody that has these issues too in their life, and that's why they're like, oh, this is why I'm inspired to make it.
Yeah.
But it's just the setup of some of these things, like not telling them about, like correcting them in ways and making them look kind of foolish in some situations.
Totally.
That's the part where I'm like, this feels fucked.
Yeah.
They're all like likable character. Like, I mean, I like all of them. I enjoyed myself finding out about each of them, but it was just situations where it's like, yeah, he's like, I don't know if I like this girl or something. And then they wait 4 turns, but they're like, hey, you probably shouldn't be writing those mean things about these people in front of him, huh? Right, guy? And he's like, what? You know, you're writing those kind of things. You're like, you waited 4 fucking rounds of this blind dating thing to tell him that? Why not just be like, hey, let's not do that now?
Well, because then they wouldn't be reality producers.
Then we wouldn't have conflict in the show, and that's what sells shows, okay? Yeah, so.
Listen, they might be on the spectrum, but we're still going to do our thing here, okay?
Yeah, well, we got fucking bills to pay. Netflix needs us to get some ratings. So, but no, I mean, I liked all of them. It's a fine show. The only one I didn't like, dude, was is Queer Eye. You know why? They did a season in Kansas City, and
They didn't pick you.
One of the episodes. I wish. Well, I wasn't living in Kansas City also, but they did pick one of a person I knew.
Oh,
It was one of it was like a guy they were doing. He's like a younger guy. I think he was like in his early 20s, and it was somebody that my wife used to work with whenever Sprint was still a company, that phone company.
yeah.
And it was like her brother, and they were doing it all up, and it's all this stuff. And at the end is like, oh, we're trying to get him out of his comfort zone and have a date. And it's my friend Chachi. He, it was his wife in real life, and they tried setting it up like, oh, he's gonna ask her on a date, but it's like it's my buddy's wife and stuff. It was just the illusion was broken then. I was like, I know everything that's happening.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, this shit's fake, dude. It's like once you feel like Pimp My Ride, when you find out afterwards, you're like, this shit's cool, and then like the car just is ass.
Yeah,
like,
they take everything away.
yeah, they just like take it all away, and they're just like, cool, thanks for the fucking
Yeah.
thanks for the episode.
Now that I'm here in Kansas City, where are you taking me after this?
I'm taking you somewhere after this.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
Come on.
I didn't know what your pre-show ritual is. What is your actually? Here's before I answer that. What's your pre-show ritual? Because you have a time at 7.
Yeah.
That's when your first show. You have 2 shows tonight.
Before, it used to be like pace in the green room and tell Tom, like, am I funny? And I'd cry. And Tom...
I imagine a lot of comedians are like that, though.
Yeah.
You get the pre-show jitters and shit.
Yeah, now it's... I don't know. Now I try to just like... I try to work out a little bit, and then if I need to, I take a nap. I don't know. I try to keep it... I try not to hype it up. Like, I'm just going to go
I
there.
feel like working out's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get all that pent-up energy out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I just try to... I want to be up there and not feeling like I'm doing a show, if that makes sense. Like I want it to
Well,
feel...
I don't. I'm living vicariously through you because I don't know what it's like to perform and shit. Because I would go up and be like, no, I know exactly what you mean, but I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'm being completely honest. If I was up there, if anything, I would think the exact opposite. I'd be like, we're at a show. I need to make this a spectacle, a show.
Yeah.
You know? So to say that you're going up and you're not making a show, I get what you're saying, but I feel like I would my mind would be in the opposite direction.
No, I think I just want to... yeah, I think with this set, I want it to feel as authentic as possible. That's all.
I see.
Yeah. Because I think... I don't know. I think the tendency sometimes with stand-up is... I think you can get into a thing where, yeah, you try to make it a spectacle, and I don't know. I think you want to try to put more emphasis on like what you're saying, and like I don't know, just hit a happy medium. I'm not like judging any stand-ups per se, but I notice that in myself. Sometimes I like ham it up, and I'm like, let me just make it about the joke.
You know what's fucked up is last night when I was watching your show, if I'm being completely honest, I was like, man, I wish he was like a magician.
Yeah, I wish that sometimes too, honestly.
Just for the fact of like, I wish that your live performance was something else besides stand-up.
Yeah.
Stand-up is so popular right now, and that's fine, and I'm happy for your craft, all whatever. Sometimes I just wish you're up there with like a fucking cape and a hat.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Oh, bro, anytime I go to Vegas and I see billboards for like Shin Lim and all those like Vegas guys,
The
I'm
future of magic.
I'm like, that's sick.
What I mean, like honestly, what I wouldn't give to just be like, you're a funny guy, and then you just take magic super, super seriously. I'm thinking about that. I'm like, I don't think I've ever met anybody who has like a magic friend. Do you have a magic friend at all?
I used to know someone's dad who did magic.
No, but like professionally.
Sort of. He was like he was in the world. He had like beef with other magicians. Yeah.
Now those are stories I want to know about.
Yeah. All I knew about this person's father was that he had beef with another magician because this other magician claimed that one of his tricks was stolen by this person's father. And so it was funny because this other magician, he had a day job. Like,
sure.
And me and this person, we actually went into this guy's day job by chance, and the dude was like fuming because he recognized the father's kid that like I was with.
I know you.
Yeah. He was a total dick to us. And I said, what the hell was that? And the person was like, dude, that guy is like beef with my dad over magic.
Did he talk like a magician?
No.
I never feel like magicians ever turn it off. So it's always probably still grand.
Yeah. No, that's he
I know who you are. You're the seed of my biggest enemy.
Well, he wouldn't even give us that.
What did he say?
One word.
Deceit.
Out.
Oh, he just said out.
Out.
That's pretty like kind of epic.
Yeah.
Did he throw down like a smoke pellet or anything?
Yeah, then he disappeared as well.
Yeah. He turned into like 6 or 7 doves and flew off. You see him like running in the back of the building though. Like just dead
Oh,
spring.
bro, what am I talking about? Do I have a magic friend? Tom, I'm sitting here and I'm completely forgetting about Casey. Yeah. A good buddy of Tom's that I met through touring. He's a legit magician. Card stuff. Yeah.
Is it just card stuff?
Yeah, but you want it is. I can already see it on your face. You want fucking ribbons being pulled out of your ass.
Well, sure. That would be awesome. I saw the David Blaine in Vegas, and it was pretty much just card shit.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much just a magician. You have a fucking deck of cards, which also, dude, get a new. Whenever I see a magician with a deck of cards, I'm like, dude, pick fucking something else.
What is an object that would be like impressive?
Swiss Army knives.
Okay. Yeah.
If he did some kind of trick with a Swiss Army knife, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's just there's nothing convenient about a fucking guy in a sports jacket or a blazer or whatever.
Yeah.
Walking up in especially the blazers with the sleeves rolled up.
Yeah.
No tie, blank shirt underneath.
Yeah.
Whatever. And he's like, all right, so do you guys like magic? And we're like, yeah, I guess. And then he takes out a deck of cards. I'm like, who the fuck just casually carries around a deck of cards? If anything, I'm always, well, exactly. But I'm just like, can you not make it more like, if you're at a restaurant, could you just do something with like a fork or a fucking plate or something? Like that shit.
Yeah.
Make it applicable to if you were in a casino, sure.
Yeah.
Right? If you're on the casino floor doing something, a deck of cards, sure. Yeah. Right?
Stack of plates, to the theme of
I'm just saying, if you're
like
a magician, let's theme it up a bit.
Yeah.
Make the items applicable to what's around you.
There was that weird period of like Instagram magicians. They like, remember that
editing?
There was that, but then there's a weird thing where it was like young guys would walk around and they would mix card tricks with like calculator based tricks. I don't know if you ever like seen one of those.
No.
They do like street magic and then they would incorporate like a calculator to like unlock people's phones. It was like a weird like niche thing. And I only know this because someone did it. I was like with a group and someone did it to someone in the group. And then I started noticing them more on the internet. So I remember that. And like, I think that's the only like real modern variation I've seen on street magic, like really blow up, is like using the technology to try to whatever. But
I'm here for it, man.
Yeah.
I want to go to a. I wouldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I hate all magicians. I'm just saying I want to fucking be. I want to be enthralled.
Nate Bargatze's dad's a magician.
Who the fuck is Nate Bargatze?
The comedian? I thought you would have known him.
I don't know him.
Oh.
I don't know many stand-up guys. Like, I really don't consume stand-up comedy.
Well, he's like big, like Midwest and South. So I feel like the name would have.
Oh yeah, no, nope.
Yeah, so I guess his dad is a magician, and I could be getting this wrong, but I think like him and his dad have toured together, and his dad opens up the show doing magic, and then he goes up there and he does stand-up.
Does he look like Elijah Wood to you at all?
Slightly, definitely.
I think it's the eyes.
Yeah, they got those angelic eyes, man.
Look at it, like an Italian Elijah Woods.
What's Elijah up to?
Doing awesome shit.
Can we see Elijah's latest work?
Robert Pattinson, and Daniel Radcliffe. Those guys got that legacy big movie money, so then they just produce whatever.
Yeah.
Like Elijah Wood. He had that movie Come Here Daddy, I think is what it was called. Or Come to Daddy is what it was. A weird horror film thing. But he produces a lot of shit and just like a lot of weird stuff. He's really into like horror films and like weird. Oh, there it goes again. That's all right.
It's okay.
All right. But he does a lot of like weird, like he's does like music.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. I don't know. He's always doing cool stuff and like producing things. And
man, that's what I want. I want to try to find that one project that gets me the money so I can just do the weird shit all the time.
Yeah.
Only weird
You do the
shit.
weird shit already.
I mean,
You
I
have
do.
You have your hot labs thing. You're flying out here. You go on stage, you tell funny jokes.
Oh, thanks, dude.
That's what else would you want?
I don't know. Yeah.
I want to just be super rich to where I could just be like, this is a cool idea. Here, make it.
Nah, and it just shows up and you give notes.
No, not even that. Just like, I love your shit. Boom. And just help people make
another
shit.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ovi, what the hell is this YouTube snoring fetish? Is that even real?
Ovi's fucking weird, man. I feel like this is in her own likes and stuff. Go into a Reddit that's
It's just her account.
yeah, exactly. Uploaded by Ovi.
Yo, what? All right.
How do you find this?
Okay, all right. Pause. First of all, Alex, is this?
Kat Palavoz. I feel like that's
This is Russian for
Yeah,
sure.
no, it's Russian, right?
yeah.
But what does that mean? Do you know?
Cock is like cock is like how I feel like in Russian or something like that.
Cock is how?
Howl or how?
How like cock Russian.
Here we go.
God, Russian.
The Knicks here, like, Russian.
Yeah.
Actually, cock is. I learned this in the 7th reading of the Chernobyl autobiography.
Yeah, Alejandro Tartakovsky's documentary. He says that quite a bit, and the subtitles did say how. So wait, is this? Are they trying to say that like this girl is just what? First off, this is great horror movie fodder. Yeah. Is what that is. Like a guy just sitting there, the perfect lighting. That's what I don't understand is like people just need to like get a shitty camera to make a film like this.
Yeah. Anything that feels like it's from John Wayne Gacy's fucking
It's
video
like,
library.
Here is my big bear.
Yeah.
Snoring up, belly full of honey. I'd kill for this body type, dude. Those pants look comfy as fuck too. This is like an RV. This has to be in an RV, right?
Dude, it's Russia, man. This has got to be some post-Cold War.
A dick just comes in a screen.
Yeah, we're like, oh, all right.
Uh-oh, here's a snore fetish. So wait, is this just literally people being like, isn't this hot that he's snoring?
Yo, what are the comments like on this?
This is so creepy, man. The idea of somebody just like,
Oh,
what did that say?
beautiful hairy bear.
There
Love
he is.
it.
Beautiful hairy bear.
What kind of
That person sneaking in like the giant ass light. The person
Yeah.
waking up and then like them just like putting the camera right over their face.
what would you call this category? Hibernation? Hibernating?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, something like that.
Hibernation core.
Yeah. Oh. Does he have a single tooth?
Kind of does look like a little
Yeah, just a little
a cartoon baby. Tooth deal. Wish he had a bald head and like one giant curly hair.
Bro, how is like a locomotive? That's what that means? Nah.
I guess it's like a car, so it's just like right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Ovi, I wish Ovi was here to atone for her sins, because how can she present this like a fetish when it's just a singular video? Like, she just found Russian man snoring and she's like, this is a fetish.
It was like there's no other thing to the document of like not explaining what Russia. It's just a random Russian man in a bed snoring. She's
It's
like,
okay.
Perfect.
Our Ukrainian Splinter Cell agent Alex is filling in today, and he's gonna.
I can tell you what this is. If you want, but once you go down the road, there is no turning back.
That's why I have Alex working for my company. I'm siphoning some of that Ukrainian aid directly into our business.
Getting that government money.
Yeah, I got a Ukrainian migrant. I'm gonna need some cash. You found this on Reddit? What is it?
Why is it? Well, first off, why is it blurred? Not safe for work. It's a man sleeping.
Yeah. Okay.
His dick isn't even out or anything. It's just like they're like, all right, now brace yourselves. Don't be opening this up. If you were like at your office in like H&R Block, like helping somebody's finances, it would be weird, right? To be like, why are you watching a guy snoring? But it's not like someone would be like, what? Turn that smut off.
Yeah. Yeah. This doesn't feel smutty enough. Okay.
That's a fucking. Can I just say that guy looks relaxed as shit?
Yeah.
Hands above his head. I could never sleep like that. My sleeping poses, I'm always like, I curl up. I'm like a fetus. I curl up.
Well, let me tell you, the master of sleeping in weird positions is that guy right there.
Which one?
My tour manager.
Tom.
Tom can fall asleep sitting up.
I can't. There's
straight like a board. The amount of times on the tour of us that I've walked out at 4 a.m. to take a piss, and this guy's been there like holding a beer.
I wish I had that energy, dude.
It's insane. Yeah. He could fall asleep standing. I swear to God.
Defy all logic.
Yeah.
That's how Nick is too, kind of. Nick, I always wish I could sleep sitting up because I've always wanted to sleep on planes.
Yeah.
I've never been able to sleep on a plane before, really. Well, from time to time. I mean, if I'm like dead tired, sure. But I mean, like every time I get on a plane, Nick is able to just like, I mean, he sits down, and he's just like, and just like dies.
I don't think Nick is human.
No, he's not.
He's a robot.
It's just, it's just too uncomfortable. I like to be laying down on my side. I tuck in real tight, tuck in extremely tight, and then I stopped doing the thing because I tucked in tight, and then in the morning I would do a big stretch. But then I got too many Charlie horses, so I stopped doing that.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Charlie horse from sleep?
No. Waking up and you do the big stretch.
Oh yeah,
you stretch. You stretch way too much, and then your fucking calf muscle just does.
Oh no.
Clips in on. You never had a Charlie horse like that?
No.
You lucky bitch.
No.
Are you serious? You've never had a Charlie horse before in your life?
No, man.
Have you guys had a Charlie horse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
There we go. All I'm saying is don't do big. You do big stretches whenever you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like,
Sure, big stretch. Yeah, huge. You're like, God, I'm massive. I love this because you have like a Shakira belly.
yeah, I do.
Like a little like Britney Spears 2005 belly when it comes out.
I'm cropped.
You come out like that and you're like, there it is.
I'm
It's
cropped.
just, like,
I'm
barely
cropped
popping
too.
out. I love it.
I feel like a little.
It's like you stretch your leg though. I think it's like your hamstring or something because you like stretch your leg stretches out like that, and then your calf muscle just
Yeah.
and it stays like that for a bit, and you're like ah. It's a horrible feeling.
No, every
Back
day.
pain.
Every day I wake up relaxed and late.
I wake up. I could not have gotten better sleep, even though I tell everybody that I didn't sleep well at all.
Yeah.
And then that's how it goes.
I roll over, I stretch, I go, man,
That was the worst sleep I ever had in my life.
I slept like shit.
10 blissful hours. 10 hours of REM sleep.
Damn, I slept bad.
Could not have been better for your body. God damn, I was tossing and turning.
Damn, I slept like shit.
It's like I have webcam set up watching you record. You actually did not move once.
I do sleep coffin like too.
Do you?
Yeah.
You're just flat back?
Flat back. Yep.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Hold on. What's this comment on the?
Just leave it. Whatever.
Yeah,
we have two other cameras.
Just let
Who
them
gives a
split
shit?
the fucking camera at this point, dude. This is so funny. I know Nick will come back here and be like,
Well, I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to say, yeah, the camera kept turning off. He's going to do, what? Really? I'm going to do, yeah, like 3 or 4 times. It kept beeping. Oh, that's weird.
I want to be there with him right now buying his Chevy Bolt.
I don't. It's 2 hours away.
For what reason?
Because I was telling you this yesterday. He felt wronged.
Yeah.
He
By
felt wronged by the Chevy dealership because
Yeah.
he's like, they tried charging him like $500 more on something, and he took his deposit back, and then he's like, well, I'm just going to find a dealership that I think's not going to screw me over. And I'm like, that's impossible.
Let me tell you right
They're
now.
going to do that.
Nick is so funny if we could just let him speak for the next episode, and it would be hysterical.
You would not have to be able. You wouldn't have to talk. He will talk. We drove from Austin to Denver one time to pick up that statue in there. It's a 14-hour drive. He talked every second of the way. He would talk, and then he would sleep for 2 hours, and it was his intervals. He'd wake up and be like, "Man, it's kind of windy outside." I remember he would just go off, and I would not say a thing. Tell me about his whole life, everything that's ever wronged him, weird shit too, like stuff that's like personal that you're like, why would you even say that? Like it's like just weird, nothing like incriminating or anything, but just like weird shit of like awkward dates he's been on or something. He's like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, one time I showed up at her house and I kind of misread the situation. And
or like, well, I was trying to have a 3-way, but it didn't work out like didn't really work out like I was planning and all this stuff. And this is 14 hours of it. And then I remember I got back and Harry was sitting there and I told Harry, I was texting Harry, I'm like, dude, he has not stopped, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's entertaining the whole way. But then Harry just texts back and he's like, you are experiencing what it's like to be on a date with Nick. And then I just thought about like all the girls he's going on a date on. I'm like, this is what it is. Well, especially even the first time that he ever talked to you, he brought up the bug people thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, especially like this LA thing. I'm like, I don't really know a lot of these people. This is like the first time even like probably meeting Alex and everybody else. And I was like,
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, actually, bug people is actually a term used for Chinese people in warehouses because of what I'm like,
it's something that they say on 4chan.
And he tells me about like date like questions he asks his dates and shit, and you're like, why would you ask her that? He's like just where he's like, do you know any Nazis? And you're like, why would you even ask that? He's like, well, it was pertinent to the conversation because she was talking about zone of interest. Oh my God. I was like, okay, that kind of shit. He has a type too, though. Oh yeah, he's extremely biased. He wants an Asian girlfriend so bad. He's like, he acts. He's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, you go. Well, and he's like, well, I keep getting these matches, but it just ends up being these. It's like Chinese guys who have fake profiles on these dating websites, and they're trying to get shit out of you.
Right.
And he's like, there's another fake one again today, that kind of thing. And it's just because he keeps swiping on these Asian ladies' pictures.
Right.
And he just desperately wants to have an Asian wife. And the thing too is, he wants a relationship.
He wants love?
Yeah. Which is, he has like every good intention in mind. It's just, he goes about it in just the funniest ways. It's just, I don't know. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. I think maybe we exploit Nick a little bit. We do a live dating show. First of all, we get a lineup of, potential interest.
Do you do the thing where it's like you don't see him at first, and then I'm like, do you do it like there's 2 Asian women here that I know you're gonna love?
No.
And then there's one beautiful white woman.
You get a lineup of all races, and then that's
Okay.
the first test. We sprinkle in 3 Asian women.
Sure.
And then
Well,
we're
it's not, that phase is going to be obsolete.
I know, but that's what will be funny, because then right before we have you on camera, and you're like, if I'm taking the over-under, I'm going to take no less than 3 Asians. And there's 3 Asians in the lineup. And then Nick walks up and he's like, contestant 4, 8. And then you're like, is there anything about them that, stuck out to you? And he's like,
Not really.
they just seem nice.
They have very nice clothes. Which, here's the thing is, like, I think people can have types. You can just be like, I personally find Asian women beautiful. Like, I'm more attracted to Asian women, right? It's just, he just won't admit it, though. That's where I'm like, he's like, he sits there, he's like, I really don't. It could be anybody, and I just wouldn't care. I just want to love somebody.
Whoa. Damn.
I know. And I'm like, well, if you're just trying to love somebody, fucking, like,
No shot. He said, I just want to love
I'm
somebody.
just ready to love.
Wow. Damn. I wish Nick was here to answer for some of this.
He's too busy buying his RC car.
Yeah. Mine is RC car. 2 hours away. What's he driving over there in?
His like broken down Hyundai.
That's
It
like-
actually sucks. He has like this Hyundai where it's like a Sonata or something. But it's like that particular year that like transmission or like the engine blows out at like 70,000 miles.
Oh, just guaranteed.
So it's like this recall situation. So he had it recalled, and I think he like changed out the motor and he's going to sell it. I would leave it. Who cares? They have 2 other cameras. They can work with it.
Who gives a shit?
But I don't know. All I know is he was sitting there and he's like, I just really want to go EV. Get an EV.
Do you, man? Do
Whatever,
you?
You know what I mean? But the thing is, I'm like, it's going to be a rough call. He's the place he's going is 2 hours away, right? So then I'm like, man, when he drives back, I'm like, is he going to have to stop and charge?
Oh, is it 100% EV?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have to probably chill.
He's like, well, I'll be back in this time. I'm like, you're going to have to charge that car on your way back. You know that, right? And he's like, well, there's spots, and it's like Spires or some shit, which is like, it takes like 7 hours to get like 3% of your battery or whatever.
Dude, so, I promise you, he's going to, what time is it now? He is going to text you at 5 and be like, I think I'm going to have to stay here the night.
Something weird like that. Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I said, do you think you'll be back by 7 or 8? He's like, probably 7. And I was like, closer to 8.
Yeah.
I was like, probably 8. And then now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, that guy. And I'm like, you're not even going to make. I think I'm going to text him. Now I'm like, you're probably not going to make the show.
Yeah. No.
And he'll be like, no, I'll be there. And I'll be like, all right. You want to bet? Are we betting on this? I'm down to bet. I'm a betting man. I'm a gambler, dude.
I'm just
bet. You know what though is what's the thing too is he won't pay for a hotel or anything. He will sleep in that car.
Yeah, while it charges.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is like a raccoon. That's the only animal I could describe him as is like a fucking raccoon.
Like he eats garbage?
No, just like, well, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
He refuses to he's like, well, I forgot. And I'm like, just like eat something. I'm like, here, why don't you eat this before you go? Okay. And he'll eat up. And then there'll be times, too, where he's like, well, I got to go home. And he will deep clean his house at 9 p.m. and be up till 2. And then he'll like, well, I made dinner at 2 because I was getting hungry. I'm like, well, what'd you make? Kebabs. And he'll make kebabs. And he's like, well, I make so much to where I can heat them up later. And then they just go bad in his fridge and he throws them away anyways. I'm like, why don't you just get make one kebab? Why are you making a whole kebab? Like he makes a kebab as if there's like a cookout.
Yeah. Like he's catering portions.
I'm like, I just like to imagine too. Someone's just sitting by themselves and they have the thing. And they're just like popping in like a Criterion Blu-ray.
I feel like,
perfect. I feel like the perfect night.
I feel like Nick is just making his life hard on purpose. Like he could just buy a car in town, but he has to go get the one 2 hours away.
He is dead set on that.
All right.
He's one of the smartest, most interesting people I've ever met, but it's just some of the things he does, you're just like, what is going through your mind?
Right.
Which I feel like, you know what? I think everybody could kind of have those moments.
Yeah, totally. I'm not saying I'm not shaming him in any way, but I do think we need to interview Nick at some point.
It's just funny to get him on the show.
Yeah, just a few questions, you know? Just to get his input, because whenever I say anything to him, I feel like he says the funniest shit ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most unexpected shit you'd ever heard in your life. Just the most incriminating shit against himself, too. Yeah. Just like stuff.
He's just like, yeah, you give you like, he's like, oh, yeah, I got these new Nike socks. He's like, are those the ones that come in the 12-pack? You're like, yeah. It's like, yeah, the fabric on those isn't too great. Semen gets through.
Yeah, there's actually a weird article about how Chinese semen got into Nike socks for a period of time. That kind of stuff. Then or you'll just be talking about like anything, like drinking a Gatorade. I'll be drinking a Gatorade and be like, you want a Gatorade? No, but I actually developed an allergy against chocolate. So and you're like, what? What are you talking about?
Well, everyone, tune in soon when we chat with Nick. Let us, actually, matter of fact, tell us something you want us to ask Nick. Just based on the limited information you have about Nick, what is something you would like Nick to speak on?
Yeah. that would be, it'd be interesting. Just like anything in the world, not even necessarily pertaining to him, but just like anything at all. Even personal things. How would you go about doing this?
Really
what's
basic
your opinion
shit.
On this?
Yeah, what's your opinion on vegetables? Like, you know, do you...
Because you know what's going to be funny? Like, what's your opinion on vegetables? He'd act like the question's kind of stupid at first. And he's going to say, I mean, I like vegetables. And you're like, what do you like about them? Well, and that's where
That's
where
where
the terror comes.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. And he talks about like how his dog died from a vegetable somehow or something crazy, or like it's like I knew a guy I knew a guy who had sex with a vegetable one time. And you're like, wow, how do you know that? It's like, well, it just goes down.
I'm not even, dude. I'm genuinely laughing my ass off because I can just hear Nick's voice in all of this shit. And just from the limited moments I've had with him, it's always like he would do something so basic, and you're like, this task should just be completed, and somehow a story does come up in the middle of that, and it completely derails him for a second.
In the past 2 years, I've spent more time with him than probably any other human being.
Yeah,
just because we work together and stuff, and I feel like I've aged 12, 14 years.
Yeah, Nick has like a mind where it's only what 20-some years old.
No, he's 30.
Okay, so it's his brain is like physically only 30 years old, but somehow it feels like he's like a DMT pill, like walking around. I feel like he has millions of years of knowledge.
Like my grandfather. He reminds me of my grandfather a lot.
Yeah,
just like how old people always have shit to say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah.
Kind of thing. So I don't know.
Hey man, Nick is just I saw, we ended on this, but I saw this like hilarious comment. There's like a clip going around of this young kid. Is like, I think it's in New York, and there's like two young kids in school, and one of them's like, "Hey man, what's your order at the American Deli?" Or I think, actually, it may not be New York, might have been Atlanta. You ever been to one of those, American Deli?
No,
it's like a chain. I haven't either, but I had to look it up because I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I guess it's like a wings place. And so this kid can't be any older than 11. But when the kid asks him like, "Oh, what do you order there?" he immediately responds, and he's like, oh, lemon pepper, and he starts going into his order like with a lot of passion. Mm-hmm. One of the top comments was, "I'm glad to see we're still producing old heads." Like the kid's 11, but he's gonna be an old head, like guaranteed.
Yeah.
So that's what Nick is to me. Like he's just genetically old head.
Yeah,
and we need them in this world. So.
Yeah, his trajectory is as unknown as the universe itself. So I refuse. I used to think I knew him, and then it's like it's ever shifting. It's literally like a fucking galaxy. It's unbelievable. It just depends on what day you're on. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, everyone will you'll see all the hype very soon. We'll get Nick going in one of these episodes, if not maybe the next one. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you very soon.
Yep, bye.
And Hunter loves you.
I don't.
He loves you.